Welcome back to all the students of Class 8. This is Karnesh Misra from Lakshmi Prasad Memorial Public School, Gola Bazar, Gorakhpur. Dear students, I hope you all are fine and safe at your home with your family. We were discussing about the third chapters of Geography, Natural Vegetations and wildlife of Social Studies from Class 8. Today we will discuss about the importance of forest. So let's start. What is the importance of forest for all of us? Dear students, think about the newspaper you read, the pencil you use, the fruits you have for breakfast, the bus or car you travel into school, your study books. The list is endless. Forests are the natural habitat. Forests are the natural habitat of plants and wildlife. Forests play very vital roles in humans' life. Humans are dependent on forest for their food, medicines, fuel, clothing and shelter. Many peoples are dependent on the forest for their livelihoods. Besides, forests help prevent soil erosion, help maintain the water cycle and check global warming by using carbon dioxide in photosynthesis and renewing the oxygen supply in the atmosphere. Wood from forest is used to make paper, pencil and furniture. Forests also help keep the environment clean by muffling noises, buffering strong winds and taking in carbon monoxide. Thus, there is a great importance of forest in our life. Once again, importance of forest.
Please take a screenshot and share this group. Thank you.
Once the importance of forest. Importance of forest. Many peoples are dependent on forest for their livelihoods. Besides, forests help prevent soil erosions, help maintain the water cycle and check global warming by using carbon dioxide in the photosynthesis, wood in the photosynthesis and renewing the oxygen supply in the atmosphere. Wood from forest is used to make papers, pencils and furniture. Forests also help keep the environment clean by muffling noises, buffering strong winds and taking in carbon monoxide. So this is the importance of forest for all of us. Now our next point is wildlife. In this chapters we are going to study about the wildlife. So let's start. Wildlife. Dear students, wildlife is an inherent part of forest. They are a part of ecosystem. They are a part of ecosystems and forests provide their habitat and forests provide their habitat. Wildlife includes animals, birds, insects and many other microorganisms. and many other microorganisms. Each one has a role to play. Each one has a role to play in the ecosystem. Therefore, each species is important for the survival of the others. However, it is a common knowledge now that many wildlife species have become extinct, while many others have been added to the endangered list. According to the Living Planet study conducted by WWF World Wide Fund for Nature. WWF stands for World Wide Fund for Nature. From 1995 to 2005, the decline in wildlife is estimated to be 10,000 times more rapid than ever. What has led to such a decline? The report has attributed the reasons to climate change, loss or destructions of natural habitat, pollutions and over-exploitations of certain species, for example, in wildlife trade. What is extinction? The questions comes, what is extinction? Extinction natural extinctions happens when the last of the species dies due to environmental change caused by climate change or natural disasters. Often new species that are better suited to the changed conditions replace the extinct ones. But it is a very slow process. Presently, however, the rapid extinctions that are taking place are not natural but human-made. Endangered species are those plants and wildlife that are so small in number that they face the risk of becoming extinct. Roughly 99% of all endangered species for the risk of extinctions because of human activities. So human beings are thought to be the greatest threat to biodiversity. Panda, Panamanian golden frog, Lias masca in Brazil, etc. are some of the few endangered species of the world. Threatened species. These are those plant, animals, birds and insects that are at risk of becoming endangered in the near futures. These are also referred to as the red list species. These are referred to as red list species. Protected natural resources. This is an area, biosphere reserves. Let's study about the biosphere reserves. Biosphere reserves. Biosphere reserves. This is an area set aside as a protected area for the preservation of flora, fauna and wildlife. These areas are generally smaller than national parks. Rare and endangered species are often kept here far from the eyes of hunters. The main purpose of these reserves is to preserve natures. These reserves also provide opportunities to study and research the sheltered animals. Okay, so biosphere reserves. You can know about the biosphere reserves. Now, let you know the national park. National park are areas set aside by the national governments to preserve the natural environment. They also serve the purpose of recreations and public enjoyment interests and public enjoyment centers for historic or scientific interest. The entire landscapes in these parks along with the plants and animals are kept in their natural state. Canada, US, Great Britain, Africa, Japan, India, Brazil and Australia have many large national parks. National park in India, let's know about how many national parks are there in India. India has 59 national parks and 372 sanctuaries. There are 1,200 species of birds and 350 species of mammals in the forest of India. In addition, the Rana of Kutch, Gujarat is the world's largest natural breeding place for flamingos. A sanctuary is a space set aside for the exclusive use of and protections for animals. Polar bear, cheetah and manatee are some threatened species which may face extinctions. Olive ridley turtles visit the coast of Odisha to breed every year between October and May. The largest national park in India is the Hemis in Jammu and Kashmir, 3,350 square kilometer, followed by the Desert National Park in Rajasthan, 3,162 square kilometers. There are numerous animals and birds that are endemic to India alone. The Himalayas wolf, Salim Ali's fruit bat, Rockton's free-tailed bat, Sumatran rhinoceros, Indian vulture, Namdapha flying squirrel, Malabar large spotted civet and Pygmy hawk are some of the critical endangered species of India. Okay, now we are going to study about the conservation of forest. Deforestation is taking place all over the world on a large scale. Deforestation means cutting down of trees on a large scale. So deforestation is taking place all over the world on a large scale. When huge amount of forests are removed, the water balance gets disrupted and the regions experiences dryness. But deforestation is not just about trees. Just think about the ecosystem supported by forests and all species depended on them for their survival. Therefore, conservation is important. Conservation studies the way that the earth's biological diversity is lost and find means to protect them to keep the ecosystem functioning. How can forest and wildlife be conserved? How can forest and wildlife be conserved? First, by demarcating forests as protected areas and preventing illegal logging. By using recycled paper to reduce pressure on tree, by preventing poaching of wildlife, by protecting endangered and threatened species in reserves to allow breeding, by preventing hunting and smuggling of rare birds and animals, increasing awareness and knowledge to preserve and conserve vegetations and wildlife through the media such as newspaper, television and school books. There are numerous international bodies that are involved in the protections of natural vegetations and wildlife. There are certain areas that qualify as a biosphere reserves, which means they have a large diversity of vegetation and wildlife. In these reserves, different types of ecosystems coexist and are protected while letting local people to continue using these reserves in a sustainable manner. The conventions on international trade in endangered species of wild fauna and flora cities ensures that there is no illegal trading in threatened species of wild animals and plants and protects thousands of species of animal and plants. That's sufficient in this sessions of videos. More we will discuss in the next. In the next video, we will do the exercise related to all these chapters, whatever you have studied till now. Thank you for listening. You have a great day, all of you. Take care of your health, carry on your study, continue your study, and just go through all the exercises of the chapters what you have studied yet now in order to clear your concept, or so that you can easily attempt the answers of the question in your examinations. That's all.